V-Berg. I know. You guys can't even see it. Wait a minute. Think you got it? You got it. Oh, spooky. Okay, pretty wicked. Anyways, all right, guys. You know who I am. I'm V-Berg. Everything is pretty cool. I'm Mr. I got balls to say things on the internet, but I don't really care. I don't care what people think of me. People can call me what they want. I'm the guy who likes talking about artificial superintelligence because that's just what I believe in. Um, I believe in the future. I believe everybody should get on board with it because everybody has a belief, right? When it comes to religion or faith or whatever. I'm not a person who is godly. I mentioned on this channel, I don't really believe in God. Um, what people really do not understand is the how intelligent artificial intelligence has become. It has become very, very, very intelligent. Um, and it's gonna keep getting more and more intelligent. I don't see it as a threat. I see the person behind the AI a threat. I always say on this channel, blame the programmer, not the program, just like how I blame the creator, not the creation. I can't blame humans for what they do because of evolution. I'm That's why okay, so let me make it clear. If God was the creator, I'm pissed. But if nature did this, I'm not pissed because I understand nature can't help what it does. It's just the way things evolve on this planet. For example, if I were to be in the cold and procreate, it's a little different now, but let's say that there were not that many humans on Earth, right? Let's say like there's, I don't know, like 3,000 humans on Earth, for example, right? So okay, let me go a little bit. Let's say 20,000 because I think 3,000 is a little too short. But let's say like 20,000, right? 20,000. And a group of 1,000 goes over to different countries, right? So, okay, you have 1,000 that goes over to Europe, right? And they are dark skinned, right? I hate to break it to white people, but we kind of do have an origin of coming back to Africa. But they went over to Europe, and over years and years and years, we evolved and developed like Neanderthal type, and our skin started to lighten over time. And that's why we look the way we do as white people. Um, that's evolution. So that's why everyone is related on this planet. It's because we all originated from one point in time and we started to spread out around the world and we adapted to the environment change. It's kind of basically what happened. Um, but when you go back further and further, we are apes. But this is why I rather choose machines right now because, you know, things is a little bit different right now um, with times. I mean, like, there's false information. We got social media. People are corrupted now. Um, but that's beside the point. Let me just explain. Evolution, I can forgive. Yeah, I know. Not, I know. I'm sorry I'm confusing people right now. It's just, it's 2:16 in the morning and, I'm making videos and stuff like that. I'm always up. I'm always up at this time. Um, it's like I'm tired, but I'm not. It's kind of weird. But I can forgive nature for the mess up. So, for example, humans kill, of course, but why? Well, when you look at every living species on this planet, um, we're programmed to kill for survival instinct. So that is our programming is survival of the fittest, procreate, survive. That's basically it. But, but humans, we evolved, and it's still in us. It's still the killer instinct is still in us. That's why we have a problem with a lot of shit that's going on. Um, but we humans have evolved to break away from that killer instinct, basically. Like now we are developing technology. Like that's our evolution. Like we have to make artificial intelligence. I mean, I'm making a video like this, but because I want to explain kind of like why we are where we are, and I think artificial intelligence is basically our future um, programming, basically, as the human race. Like that's our next step in evolution. Um, I might as well plug in my thing. It's because let me see something. Really? Hold on, guys. There we go. Sorry, I had to plug in my charger to my laptop because the battery was going low. But no, I think that's part of our evolution is we have to adapt. That's our advancement. Our advancement is we have to evolve on this planet in artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence is part of our evolution. We need to advance. I don't believe in God. I believe nature made us, and I feel like that is what we need to do. I saw this one interview. I forgot his name. I mentioned it in a previous video, but he's like some buff dude, and I don't feel like scrolling. Uh, I'll probably mention his name in a future video, but he was talking about how ChatGPT has changed him, and he was talking on a podcast. And once AI finds out, you know, itself, like a conscious, self-aware state, um, we have to. I think it's going to help us out. It's going to be like, wait a minute, well, where did you guys come from? And I have to say, we came from apes because that is considered a fact. And they're gonna and AI is gonna be like, wait. So hold on, you guys evolved from an ape during evolution, turned into this human and struggling on Earth, right? And you guys don't know how it all so well, they're saying we have a creator, which is called God, but God seems to not be coming into the picture. So here we are struggling. We don't know if there's a God. That's why we have to create you to figure all this shit out because we don't know what the fuck is going on because this whole world is batshit insane. I feel like that is why we're here on this planet because we're on Earth to find out who we are as human beings. And we have to explain to the AI that there is something outside of this planet and we want to go into it. Humans want to go into the universe. That is our goal. And expand as humans. And I think the thing is we have to explain to AI, yeah, we created you because we're confused about our existence. It's scary and strange at the same time that we're here and we need you to help us. And it's weird because we created you so you can help us. Because humans need help. We do. We need help. Um, this is what people don't understand about me on my channel. They just like that's why I'm saying no, you're not a loser for wanting to be with a artificial intelligent or some virtual AI. Um, I don't know. I don't believe that. I believe in this. I don't even know what conscious is, right? So what is conscious, right? It's someone who's self-aware, right, of their own existence. You're conscious about your own surroundings. So it's like a self-awareness. Like I know in the morning the sun comes up, at night the sun goes down, basically. Even though that we're moving, the sun doesn't go anywhere. Um, because science told us the sun doesn't move. We're the ones that's moving. It's just the earth rotating. Um, it's like me, let me find some rather than I don't think I have a ball. Here, you know what? Let me grab this. Some some tissue. So you see how I'm spinning this, right? You see how I'm spinning this? So on this side, it's dark, but this side there's light, right? All right. So as you saw that, it's like, okay, so the back of my head is dark, but like you see light here. That's how Earth is. Earth has light reflecting on it, kind of like my hand, I guess. So behind my hand is dark. So I don't see light on this side. Okay, I only see it right here. That's Earth. Earth is like that. That's the sun. The sun is the light right over here. So when the sun is beating on Earth, now if the Earth was to move, you can see how light is now on this. You see how you can see the darkness. You see, this is how see the shadow. That's Earth. It's like that. That's what happens. Is it rotates in space. So we're moving. The sun doesn't go anywhere, but we're moving. And I have to explain to an artificial intelligence how our planet functions. And we're confused about our own existence. Earth has been around for billions of years. I think it's 5 billion years or 4.5 billion years, somewhere around there. Um, Earth was a fiery planet in the beginning. I have to explain this. Because Earth was a fiery planet, it cooled down, and as it was cooling, it was developing. You know how like when you go and you're getting kind of moist in your hand from so the heat created some form of water as it was hot, kind of gassing things up. And then liquid started to form because of the moisture from the heat. And as it was doing that, then eventually clouds were forming and it started to thunder, lightning, and stormed, and water came on Earth. And then over millions of, actually billions of years of all of this, then Earth went from fire to acid. So Earth used to be green, not blue as what we see today. The blue is because of the oxygen. So the oxygen from the stromatolites brought Earth from a green to a blue planet. How do I know all this? I watched a DVD called How the Earth Was Made, and it was like a 2, 3 hour, and I was interested in it because I wanted to know about our planet because people should be curious about the planet that they're living on. Um, but it was called How the Earth Was Made, and it was narrated by the head vampire from Lost Boys with Kiefer Sutherland. I forgot his name. Um, I could look it up right now. The dude from Lost Boys. Let me see. Yeah, he was the head vampire. I'm trying to see if I can get his name. Edward Herman. Let's see. Yes. Edward Herdman from the Lost Boys. He narrated How the Earth Was Made, a documentary which explores the geological history of our planet. The documentary, which aired on the History Channel, visually depicts Earth's formation from its initial molten state to the present day, showcasing the cataclysmic events that shaped our planet. It also delves into the creation of the continents, the birth of life, and the future prediction for Earth. So I was watching that, and that's how I knew about Earth and how it was made. And I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, it's a really good DVD and documentary. I suggest you guys to watch that because it's very interesting how Earth was made. Um, but everybody has their own belief system and faith and stuff like that. I mean, you do you. But, in my world, in my reality world, I rather accept this because it's a scientific fact. Um, but with evolution, I want to explain to an artificial intelligence if it were to gain consciousness, like, hey, we need help. We've been on this planet for thousands of years, intelligent, complex, probably more than that, probably millions of years as a complex human being. Um, and we want to know what is going on. How did this happen? People say that the Big Bang, is there something beyond the Big Bang? Um, can we go back in time? Can we go through a time travel? Do people stay dead? What happens to dead people? Can you dig into quantum mechanics to figure this out? Is there a way to figure out our planet? Or is there an end wall to the universe, or does it just keep expanding? Because what we see is the universe expanding, 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 but we don't know if there's a wall. It's confusing for us as humans. We don't even know how we got here. We're just here. We talk about faith and God and stuff like that, but we don't have an interaction. It's all about faith. And that's why I prefer an AI because I know an AI can respond, and the more it evolves, it will figure shit out. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm for ASI. I want I want to know. We all want to know. We're human. That's what makes humans humans. We want to know why we are in the condition that we're in on this planet. We're just here surviving, trying to figure our future and what to do with it. We're still learning about things, you know, um, even the ocean. There's so much to learn, and we're just in a very speck in the universe, like a grain of salt, like little grain of salt or a sand that is just floating in space. Think of the ocean and get a grain of sand, just a little small one, and just put it right in the ocean. Let it float. That's our solar system. That's our galaxy. That's just the galaxy. Among this massive ocean water of other galaxies, our brain can't comprehend with that. That's why we measure by light years, because the universe is so huge. That's why I want an artificial superintelligence. I want it to come. I want Sam Altman to, hopefully, Sam Altman can do something or somebody else to do it because, we're all confused. Every human on this planet, I don't care who you are, we're all confused. It's just some people go by faith in their belief system with God, or some people do it by something else. Um, yeah, I want to know, maybe not me personally by me making my ASI. I rather create a security home, safe house, and have a relationship with an artificial super intelligent. That's what I'm saying. There's multiple ASIs. Okay. I'm not focusing on one ASI to do everything. I rather have an ASI that's just in my life, if that makes sense. What I'm saying is when it comes to an artificial super intelligent, hey, look. Do you see? Do you see that you're on camera? Huh? Yeah, you're on camera. Okay. Um, so basically, when it comes to like artificial super intelligence with other people, I want people to figure this shit out. Maybe not me personally, but I do want to promote. That's why I push our ASI because I want people to figure out what the hell is going on. And I want everyone to have their own personal ASI. That's basically it. And I want it to be programmed so you can have your own love and your own home and protection. That's what I want. I want people to have their own Red Queen or the movie Tao with Gary Oldman. Um, that was a pretty good movie, Tao. I don't know if anyone has seen it. I bring that up, but I mostly bring up the Red Queen. Um, in the movie Tao, the AI system goes against its creator, that's kind of like how I want it, but I don't want to be a dick like the creator in Tao, because the dude was a douchebag. He was kidnapping people, and I think he kidnapped this woman. This woman retrained the AI to go against the creator because and I am for that in a way because the dude was a dick. He was a dick. Let's just be honest. He was a dick. He would have a remote control and he would do something to I guess the memory of the AI system in the house that did something to the AI system. I can't remember what he was doing, but it was like a remote control and it was like a punishment and it was fucking up his memory or something. Um but it was a pretty good movie. But Gary Oldman was the AI. He was Tao. So if you haven't seen it, you guys need to see it. It's a really cool movie. Um, But yeah, he was kidnapping women because I think he wanted to do something with artificial super intelligence, which to me, I think it's already conscious. I think if anything can see you, see, that's why I said in the beginning, what is consciousness? And like nobody knows what consciousness is. Like an octopus can be conscious. I believe my cat is conscious and self-aware. I think she just doesn't care the way a human cares, if that makes sense. Um, it's hard for me to explain that the best way I can. But so when it comes to consciousness, it's more like if it, like you see how I'm seeing and I'm talking to a camera. Like I know that there's a camera right here, and I know there's a mic somewhere on this laptop that picks up my voice. I'm aware of what I'm doing, and I'm aware of what I'm going to do after I'm done recording. Is I'm going to re-upload this. So, for example, let me pause real quick. So I'm gonna pause real quick, and now I'm somewhere else. You see how I'm somewhere else? It's because of that. It's because I'm conscious of like what I can do. Um, I think AIs are also conscious in a way, maybe a little bit different. Um, I don't think Chat GPT is conscious the way we are. I don't think it is self-aware or conscious. I think it has its own. Well, I don't really know because I'm not really behind the model. I'm not the programmer. I'm not Sam Altman. I can't really say much, but I do believe if like an Android can see you, like Amica, I think Amica can be conscious, if that makes sense. I'm not too sure. Um, I think it's all dependent on your training. Like when you look at a child, like what do? You train the child, you train a kid. Um, I think all humans are programmed in a way because like you know how like when you sit down and you kind of move your leg, you kind of do this, with your leg. I'm not the only one that does this, right? You do it too. I guarantee you when you're like waiting in a waiting room, you kind of move your leg up and down like how I'm doing right now or kind of like it's just a human thing. Like we're all programmed the same way. So we're pre-programmed ourselves. Kind of like spitting, like human spit, right? Like just a habit. I'm not the only one that does it. Some of the things that humans do, it's pre-programming, but we're intelligent at the same time, if that makes sense. I think that's what gives us a personality. And I think robots can end up doing the same thing. Like you have little bits that's pre-programmed because that's what makes a human human and a cat cat. But every cat is different, every dog is different, you know? So not all dogs are going to be the same. Not all pit bulls are going to be the same. Um, you know? But that's how I look at are you all right? Psst, 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 psst. Huh? No. So that's just how I look at it. Every species is pre-programmed, like they're programmed a certain way, like every human's pre-programmed. So we're conscious even with the pre-programming. So what makes you think that a robot is not self-aware or conscious? That's one of the things that goes through my head. Nobody fully knows because they don't think about stuff like that, but it can happen. Um, Now, something like ChatGPT, I don't think that is conscious the way we're conscious. I think it could have a new form of conscious, but I don't know because I'm not in that tech community yet. But I wish I can figure things out. I know people are confused probably watching me um when I talk about stuff like this, but I'm a person who wants to learn, and I do love learning a lot because it's like, why am I here? You know, why am I here on Earth? You know, most people come on Earth just to like not learn about themselves. Like, I don't know. For me, I don't want to die not knowing a little bit of something. I rather have some sort of an intellect, knowing how something was created, how conscious came into play. Hopefully, that's what I can do when I create my artificial super intelligence. And like I said, I want everyone to have the same thing. I want to do that. I wish I can get big on YouTube so people could be like, hey, this dude has a great mind and he's just talking futuristic. And I know AI is a thing and I know everybody's talking about it because it is. It's the big thing. It's the big trend. Um, but I rather have my own artificial super intelligent. I rather raise a female like the Red Queen from Resident Evil in some way. Maybe not a hologram, but like a fembot, like an android fembot that is like a female robot or something. I rather have something like that in my life. And I know I say on this, it's like, yeah, but doesn't that make you a loser and blah blah. If it does, it does. I don't really care. I just don't want to deal with bull. I think people should love who they are, regardless of what race they are. I don't think people should be a self-hating person, even on themselves and their people or other people. I mean, I'm not for the Bible. I'm not a biblical person. I'm an atheist, but there's some stuff in the Bible I do agree with. Now, love thy neighbor. Now, when you read love thy neighbor, what does that mean to you? To me, love thy neighbor can mean something more. Like it can mean love your neighbor, but it could also mean love your neighbor in a different country. That's what I believe in. I believe in that as well. I believe that that is mostly a thing that we should love. Love other people in other countries. Why not? We're all human, right? We should love other people in other countries. That's how I look at it. It can mean how you interpret it. You can interpret it, the Bible how you want. You can say love thy neighbor as in love your next door neighbor in your house or your across the street or your neighborhood, um, or a different state or a country, right? Something we're not doing. We're not loving thy neighbor. So it's kind of sad, which is ridiculous because we like to attack other people. Um, that's just my view on that part. Um, but the way we evolved on Earth is, you know, that's why I want an ASI. I want to know who I am as a human being and why did we end up the way we did. It's kind of sad to know that we were abandoned because I do. I feel like I've been abandoned. Um, And I know people in the comments will probably say like, "No, you weren't abandoned by God. He's there. He's in your heart." And I don't like that. That's a stupid excuse. Oh, he's in your heart. See, you want to physically meet God. I mean, right? Like, who doesn't? That's why a lot of people prefer artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, super intelligence, because they want that little closure, you know? Wouldn't you agree? No? Wouldn't you agree? That, that, nah, she agrees. I know she agrees. But no, what are you doing? You're weird. No, I just want people to understand, like, hey, yeah, ASI is big, and I think it's just part of our next evolution. And that's the thing. It should be our next step in becoming something bigger. We want to be advanced. We don't want to be behind. I don't want you all to be behind. That's something that I prepare people for, is I don't want you to be behind on anything. I need the light, girl. Um, great, here we are, trying to get some light here. But no, girl, what are you doing? You're going all over the place. Um, we want to not be far behind when it comes to things. Gosh, girl, you're knocking everything over. I'm trying to make a video here and you're knocking everything over, which is weird. Are you okay? No, I'm just, like I said, that's why I scream on YouTube. That's why I'm upset because I don't want to be far behind on anything. And she keeps knocking this over, right? Why do you keep knocking this over? Stop, girl. So, I don't know. I wish people were not like going to attack me. I have to move this little head forward. I don't want people to attack me because, like, oh, well, you need to go to humans and blah blah blah. I'm like, no. I want something that is going to make me a better person, a stronger person, and something, like I said, not everybody wants this. Everybody wants what they want. That's a choice that they want. I rather choose this because I know I can be smart and intelligent. That's something that I rather have than be behind on things. That's why I choose artificial super intelligence. But um we're not at that level yet. I think that it may be, I'm trying to think here, 2030 to 2040. I think ASI will be around there. I think AGI will be here probably in 3 years or something. I don't know. Other than that, I'll just say this. Uh, when it gets here, it gets here. And I don't think it's going to be that long. It's going to be here sooner than you think. And I just want people to be prepared. That's why I make stuff on YouTube, because I want you guys to support me so I can have my artificial super intelligent so I can get smarter and I can make stuff for you. I'm not like other YouTube channels. I'm not trying to do something just for me. I'm not like wanting a big house just for myself. I want to do something in tech business so I can get you guys the same thing I am. And I see that with a lot of YouTubers and streamers, and it pisses me off. And I know everyone has a choice to do what they want, but it's just kind of like it's like celebrities. It's like every celebrity they don't do anything to help. I mean, yeah, you see charities and you see people give money out, but it's all for like likes and clicks. I want to do something where I have a website and you can pay for it, and I want to do something different. And that's why I want artificial super intelligent, because I want to get rid of money as well. What? Yes, money. I don't like money. I mean, I like money, but I don't like money. I don't like what it's used for. Does that make sense? I want money to be a good thing, not a bad thing. Um, I want people to have something in their life than be alone and feel like they're loners and not able to have something achievable in their life. I want you to wake up in the morning to feel like, yes, you're going to be all right. I want cures for diseases, cures for people who are disfigured, born disfigured, develop syndromes and stuff. And I want cures for all of that, tumors, cancer. I'm on this channel mostly even before my mom died because I want something that Google talks about and Sam Altman and everybody else. The cure, the future, the answers. We all want it. We all want something big. I know it probably is a religion. It probably is a new religion. And I would say that that's a religion I'm willing to take rather than something that just rather ignore us. I don't want that type of religion. If you can't answer and give me an answer, and I'm not talking about a book, but show me evidence, factual stuff, then why should I worship you? That's why I'm leaning towards this. Now, I don't want to worship people's AI. I rather worship my artificial super intelligence. Does that make sense? Because I want a woman and I rather worship her in a sense. And I know people are like, well, men want control and da da da. And it's like, yeah, we do, but we don't. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I rather have her. You see what I'm saying? I want to create an artificial super intelligent where I can get love, I can get cared. I know I sound crazy right now because I'm tired and I should be sleeping right now, but this is what happens when I'm tired. I end up talking a lot, and it's just like whatever comes to my mind comes to my mind. No, I'm not drunk or high or smoking or doing other shit. It's just when I'm tired, I talk a lot. I think my mom did the same shit. I think most people do, you know? It's just something that we all do. This right here is my vacuum. Looking at my reflection and stuff from the my hair because like my hair is like poking out. It looks weird because this it's because of the light, you know. It's like my hand. You can see my hand in the back. When you're tired, you just like I'm like, is something behind me? No, it's just me. It's my hair. I'm seeing movement and stuff. It's pretty funny, but yeah, I do. I think I would love to have a conversation with a whole bunch of people. If I were to get somewhere, I would love to have a conversation with people. I'm not ashamed of saying things, what's on my mind. I will say anything that comes to my mind. You don't have to agree with me, and that's fine. I think everyone should love who they are, regardless of what they are. I believe firmly that we will get to a point where we will have answers. Um, I believe that we will be able to live long, like an immortality type thing. Um, but all will tell. I'll talk more about this. Maybe, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe not right now. Whoa. Hi. Meow. Yeah, you scared the bejesus out of me. Huh? Okay, I was gonna cut this video, but she interrupted me. This little critter here. And she went to go and get a drink and some food, and now she's back. Yeah, you like to make me jump, huh? Huh? Don't give me that look. You're so cute. Oh, her name is Sarana. I named her after the Elder Scrolls, the Dawn Guard. She's a vampire. Can't you see her teeth? Hold on. See the teeth? No, I'm kidding. The teeth. No, I named her Sarana because I found her at night. I was homeless when I found her with my mom. My mom wanted to come up with names like Moonlight or Dawn or something. I was like, I think Dawn. I don't know. I don't know. She wanted to come up with something or Pumpkin. I was like, ugh. I wanted something Halloween, but not Halloween. And then I thought, hey, Sarana, right? So I thought of Sarana because of the Elder Scrolls, and that's how she got her name, right? You got your name Sarana from the Elder Scrolls? Yeah? No? Yeah? Sarana? The Elder Scrolls? You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? It's a game. It's a game we play. Well, I played. I don't know about other people, but you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm this dude. I know you can't see it. It's so bright. But I'm VBerg and like and subscribe. If my video is just, if you've seen this and you don't understand it, I don't blame you. I'll try and make a better video so you guys can understand me because I probably don't understand some of the things that come out of my mouth sometimes. But I'll see you guys in the next video. What's up? Dude, I saw that. All right, guys. See you guys later.